Any weaknesses in his armour?
I've spotted a few, and he'd probably say the same about me, but I'm very confident when the fight happens.
Huge stage, Johnny. It's his chance to impress. I mean, he looks to the heavens there. The nerves are showing just a little bit, but he can put on a show here.
You know what? This is his chance to show off. This is his chance to say, you know what, Mr. Quigg, you got put down in your last fight. Let me show you what I can do. But he's not got. The thing is, he cannot look past this fella here, because if he does, the same thing that happened to Mr. Quigg on my right might happen to him. He needs to think business.
We'll talk more to Scott Quigg a little bit later on. Can Carl Frampton retain his Commonwealth title, line up the big fight? Both he and us crave, and Scott Quigg craves as well. Back to our MC, John McDonnell, to bring the Ulsterman to the ring.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action. Would you please welcome to the ring now, the Jackal, Carl Frampton!
Well, it wouldn't be St Patrick's Day without an appearance from one of Belfast's real rising superstars. Carl Frampton coming to the ring. Let's hope he's not superstitious. This is his 13th fight. I'm sure he's not thinking it's going to be unlucky. Defending his Commonwealth champion, and from what we've seen of him so far, a young man getting better and better with every fight. Yes, they talk about future fights against the likes of Scott Quigg, Rendell Munro, Kiko Martinez. That's in the future. It's very much the now that matters for Carl Frampton, taking care of business, defending his Commonwealth title against the man from Ghana, Prosper Ankrah, and he looks very ready.
What a big occasion as well. Great atmosphere here. Only his 13th fight.
Yeah, Ankrah just a little bit taller. Came in at 8 stone 10. But the height and reach advantage is so insignificant as to be almost meaningless. Yeah, Ankrah did tip the scales at the same as Frampton, but Frampton looks big at the weight, doesn't he? Not as many fights, but very effective when he does fight Carl Frampton. Ankrah has a very good record statistically. He's coming in on quite a tear-up streak. But if you dig deep into his record, a lot of those wins have come against some pretty ropey opposition. Nothing ropey about the opposition that Prosper Ankrah is facing tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action, coming to you live from the Still City in Sheffield. The War of the Roses, an evening of championship boxing, brought to you by Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Sport. And now, we proudly present 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth Super Bantamweight Championship, sponsored by 888poker.com in association with Northfire and Scots. We are live and exclusive here on Sky Sports HD and Sky 3D. All the officials have been appointed by the Commonwealth Council in association with the British Boxing Board of Control. Here present with us at ringside, the fight supervisor, Mr. Jeff Bolton. Timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Barry Pinder. And our 3 scoring judges, Phil Edwards of Preston, Marcus McDonald of Twickenham, and Dave Paris of Woodall Leeds. The referee in charge of the action, a world-class referee from Doncaster, Mr. Howard Foster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Introducing to you firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks trimmed with white, weighing in at 8 stone and 10 pounds. A 21 fight record, 18 wins, 13 inside the scheduled distance, 2 losses and 1 no contest. He's the challenger. He's from the fighting village of Bukom, Ghana, Ankrah, West Africa, where he is known as Spider, Prosper, and And now, on St. Patrick's night, he's fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the green trunks, weighing in at 8 stone and 10 pounds. knockouts, undefeated. Pro contest, 12 wins, 8 inside the scheduled distance. He makes the second defence. He is the reigning and defending Commonwealth Super Bantamweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the fighting sensation from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Would you please welcome the Jackal, Frampton. How about that? Here we go then. 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth Super Bantamweight Championship.
Okay lads, this is the rules. You keep it clean, break straight away when told, and you both got your heads in close. Good luck to you both, touch gloves. Good luck lads.
And what a great sight to see, look at that. A 10,000 seater arena for British boxing, packed to the rafters, and we're not even at the main event yet. This is the chief support, Carl Frampton, who is certainly looking good enough to fill these big arenas, and obviously will if he ever gets that big fight with Scott Quigg, defending his Commonwealth Super Bantamweight title against the man from Ankrah, Ghana, Prosper Ankrah. Only one real world-class opponent on Ankrah's record, and that was Sheffield Munyai, who KO'd him in 3 rounds in July 2010. We know Munyai very well over here. He's had half a dozen fights in the UK, beaten Martin Power a couple of times, Lee Haskins, serious world class. So the form guide would suggest that if Ankrah meets someone a little bit special, he tends not to stick around. Frampton will definitely want to make a statement and get rid of this fella early, you would think.
Well, he'll certainly want to stamp his authority on this fight very early on. That's what he's looking to do. He's got the centre of the ring, looking to plant his punches a little bit and let Ankrah know that he's in for a very tough fight.
The progression for Frampton has been terrific from last summer, when he really laboured for a while against Robbie Turley over 10 rounds before really stamping his class and winning comfortably in the end, and then taking out the late replacement Mark Kwan, the Australian, to win this title in Belfast. And then the teasing, the matador almost approach with Chris Hughes. Oh, left hand landed there and wobbled him. And then the complete finish against the Scotsman. The sense that he's just getting better and better and learning with every fight. Really quick hands. That's one of the things you notice when you watch Carl Frampton. The hand speed is deceptive. They are fast hands.
Well, physically, looking at the two of them, you can see Ankrah seems much smaller, doesn't he? Very thin legs, so the quite squat, muscular looking Frampton.
Frampton again loading up with one of those right hands. Ankrah saw that one coming and just slipped inside. Oh, didn't slip inside that. And again, he's not a single punch thrower anymore. Well, he never was, I suppose, Frampton, but he throws a punch now, and there's a follow-up coming immediately as well, as he just found there to his cost, Ankrah. So there's a lot of little things they're working on in training with Frampton, just refining things a little bit, working on his head movement, just getting his defences a little bit better, and working a bit harder inside as well. That's something that they're really trying to work on with him, making the complete package. So we talked to Barry McGuigan, he says he's happy going on the front foot, he's happy backing up. And he's a real thinking fighter as well. Works out his opponent's strengths and weaknesses and deals with them accordingly.
Some nice short little right hands going in from Frampton early on, finding the target.
Well, he's got everything but he's biting there at the moment, hasn't he, Ankrah? Very circumspect. You can blame him.
Just toying out with that jab, Ankrah. It's not going to be enough to keep Frampton off. Needs to throw that.
For the first time ever, you can watch Sky Sports F1 live on the go anywhere in the UK or Ireland. Watch it on iPads, iPhones, selected Android smartphones and laptops. Simply download the free Sky Go app. Sky Sports F1 live on Sky Go. Sky. Believe in better.
Jerry Story doing the work in the corner, just to the right there. Shane McGuigan, Mary's eldest son, just been out a shot now.
10 seconds.
It's a partnership of an old sweat and a scientific young approach, and it works with Frampton. Let's see if he can carry on the good work. He certainly stung Ankrah with a couple of shots in that first round. Let's see if there's a bit more intent from the Ghanaian, or whether it's going to be more safety first from him. Let's see if Frampton can close down this ring a little bit, soften him up, slow him down, get him where he wants him. It's better from Ankrah.
Ankrah just pushing out that jab. There's no spite in that punch. That's something that Frampton can walk through.
Not even sure they carried either, Glenn. I mean, it was, as you say, very light and half-hearted. Not even sure they hit the target. Doesn't seem to be an awful lot of power there. As I say, comes in with a ton of stoppage wins to his name, but you look at the overall record, the quality of opponent is woeful, to say the least. A padded record, you would think, on paper, but you never know.
Now we've seen one inspired performance already this evening. So it's down to Frampton to do his work, get about his business well.
And Ankrah did get a split decision over Jackal Karim of Nigeria 3 years ago. That was a good performance because Karim has since gone on to win the Commonwealth Super Flyweight title. Howard Foster just lays down the law. This is all a bit messy and scrappy in there.
Frampton just missing with a few of his punches, just trying a little bit hard. Got to get that jab working with a good rhythm. Then look for the right hand behind that. Ankrah completely on the move, isn't he? Making it a difficult target to get to.
Well, elusiveness is his greatest quality, you would think, so far from what we've seen of Ankrah. He's certainly making sure he's trying to stay out of the danger zone as much as possible. Frampton's got to make sure he does punish him if he does come in.
But it's important for Frampton to make a statement. There's a great crowd here. Big stage. And this is one where he's got to perform.
Left hand getting through from Frampton, who's sticking well to his task. He might be moving Ankrah, and he's going to have to do an awful lot of moving if he wants to stay out of Frampton's range. Starting to walk him down a little bit, and I'm not even sure what shot that was, but whatever it was, he certainly felt it. Looked like a combination, and it really took everything out. I don't think he's going to beat that. He's not. The first meaningful combination Carl Frampton landed, that was all he needed.
Yeah, I think it was a left hook. It seemed to be, just went in close. Seemed to dip down to get that left hook going, and then Ankrah fell over. Be interesting to see where it connects, because he didn't look like he was ever going to make the count, Ankrah. So you'd think on that display it was a good shot that landed, but he's got the win and a good performance.
Well, he was starting to walk him down in that second round and eventually got through, and as I say, the first decent shot really, and that was all Ankrah needed to feel, and that was that.
Hardly really got into a sweat, Frampton. Just flinches a bit there. It's a little bit of a slobby left. The right seemed to land towards the back of the head, and then he was bundled over a little bit. But I don't think the strongest opponent, to be fair. But Frampton's just got to get rid of those that's in front of him. That's what the job's all about. There was a left hook, did land in there. That was a decent shot. Missed a little bit with the right. The left hook got through. And Ankrah, it obviously was a good shot, because he was never going to beat the count. And, you know, he looked badly dazed as he went back to his corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Barry Pinder has recorded a time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the second round. On a count out, your winner, and still the Commonwealth Super Bantamweight Champion. On St. Patrick's Day, the Jackal, Carl Frampton!
Well, he's smiling. He said it. He's smiling. He said he'd make a statement, and he did just that. Showed his skills. A second-round knockout victory on St. Patrick's Day for the boy from Belfast. The War of the Roses is coming next.
Thank you, ladies and
Matthew Hatton getting gloved up for the domestic dust-up. There's a terrific vibe about it. 50th pro outing. Raised is standing hugely with that world title shot against Saul Alvarez. He's been confident throughout the week. Bob Shannon says there's no pressure on Matthew, says all the pressure is on Kelbrook in front of 10,000 here at the Motorpoint Arena in Sheffield. Johnny Nelson, how do you think he's looking in the build-up to this one?
Very, very relaxed. It looks like he's filled that well from the weigh-in. You can see he's got a nice sheen on, a nice sweat on, so it shows he's not struggling with the weight at all. Physically, he just looks lean, he looks mean, he looks in the right shape. I think this will be his best performance to date. Regardless of the decision at the end of the fight, I think this will be his best.
Our main event of the evening is coming next. Let's reflect on Carl Frampton's successful defence of his Commonwealth Super Bantamweight title. He's talking to Adam Smith.
Yes, there's a big smile on Carl Frampton's face. Not often we see that in the ring, a bit more of a poker face, but pretty facile, easy for you tonight.
Well, it was, but once I hit him, it just shows I've got the power. The first round he was a bit tricky, and I could tell he was more worried about getting hit than landing his own shots, but I was a little bit trying to rush things, trying to land big shots early on, but you can see the power's there. Once I hit him, that was it. So. And
the idea was to make a statement, wasn't it, in the second defence of your Commonwealth title?
Make a statement, let all these boys know that I'm here, and if they want to fight, bring it on, all of them, anyone.
Well, we have Scott Quigg up in the studio. That's the fight that...
him being here if he won't fight me. Should bring Kiko Martinez or Randall Monroe, someone like that. They'll take a fight. I don't know if he wants it.
He tells us he wants it.
Well, tell his promoter then. And we're here. Eddie Hearn wants to make it. Barry McGuigan wants to make it. I want it. Let's do it.
You've only had 13 fights. He's more experienced. He has the British title. When do you want it, ideally?
At 160 amateur fights. I wanted the next fight. Whenever. Anytime.
Barry McGuigan, is he ready for Scott Quigg now?
Yeah, you know, he wants to fight Scott Quigg. We can talk around in circles and round in circles. He has to say, I will take the fight. We want the fight. Eddie wants to pay him a lot of money to have the fight. What is wrong with him? Let's have the fight.
Well, Scott Quigg is promoted, of course, by Ricky Hatton, who I think will be here tonight watching his brother Matthew. Can you make this fight?
Yeah, we can if they want it. They don't want it. You know, I spoke to Joe Gallagher. They don't want to fight Carl Frampton. And the bottom line is, you know, no disrespect to Prosper Ankrah, these guys aren't good enough to face Carl Frampton. Now, he's ranked number 4, whatever, in the Commonwealth. We don't want to keep fighting people like that. We want proper fights. And they come with Randall Monroe, Kiko Martinez and Scott Quigg. And we'll fight any of them.
That's what we want. Deliver them.
Well, we'll do it. Let's do it. But it takes 2 to tango. We're ready. We're all saying, let's do it. Let's make the fight. So let's see the colour of their eyes and let's do it.
Fantastic. Well done tonight, Carl.
Thank you.
Well, let's see the colour of Scott Quigg's eyes right now. They want it. They're ready for it. Do you want it as well?
100%. I've got Randall Monroe to fight next, and then once I get through
that's going to happen, is it, Randall Monroe?
That terms have been agreed to that. That's going to happen June, early May. I mean late May, early June. And after that, if they want it, I'll back it up, and no problem.
You can see the fire in your eyes when you're winding you up. Said you're not ready for him.
I'm not ready. Listen, I want a night like this, a big domestic fight. I want to prove I'm number 1 first by beating Randall Monroe, and then he can have his fight, no problem.
So sort the money out. You're ready. You're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Oh yes, trouble causer. You know, before the fight, he said, "This is going to last 2 rounds." He was spot on. Read it right.
Well, he said he wanted to make a statement, didn't he? And he made a statement there, Frampton.
Yeah, Carl Frampton did everything expected of him. Walked his opponent down, made sure he pressured him. In truth, there wasn't much there to test him because Frampton could basically do what he wanted. Walked on the front foot, used the jab. He knew within the first 15-30 seconds this guy doesn't want it. All I've got to do is hit him hard, hit him fast, and then eventually it'll be 50-50. He'll not want it, and that's what happened.
When you look at that, Are you frightened in any way?
No, like I said, I called it right. I said to Johnny, it won't go past 2 rounds. He did what he had to do, but believe me, that wouldn't happen if I was in there with him.
Was he a tailor-made opponent, do you think, for him? Made to look good?
Yeah, he was made to look good. You looked at his record beforehand, they weren't too much to come from, and it was made to look good, and he did look good. He did what he had to do.
What have you got that could beat Frampton?
The difference between me and Carl is we've both got speed, we both can punch hard, but I've got more ways to beat him. I can fight for a few different ways.
Which are what?
I can come forward, go back, I can mix it up. He's just one way, come forward and put it on.
Could you stop him, do you think?
Yeah, I could.
You will stop him?
If it comes, it comes, but I'm confident he's never good. He can punch hard, but he's not going to have been hit off someone like how hard I can punch.
Johnny, we really want to see it, don't we? We really want to see it. The way they're psyching each other up, it will be a brilliant fight.
I think you're the new Don King. He was watching this fight and he was saying that Frampton sets the back foot, has to set his feet before he lets the shots go. I thought he was very astute, very smart how he read the fight from the off. So he's looking for those chinks. He knows what he can do. Frampton knows what he can't do. Said he can box from side to side, come forward, box backward. All we've seen from Frampton so far is him going forward, putting the pressure on, having it his own way. What happens when he doesn't have it his own way? You know, you've got to face a guy that's got a bit more to his arsenal.
And he won't have it all his own way against you.
No, really.
Just a quick word before we let you go about our main event. Brooke Hatton, your thoughts on that?
It's going to be a tough ask for Matthew, but I think the experience he's got with fighting Sal Alvarez and been over fighting in America, he's got a good chance, and I hope he can pull it off, but it's going to be a tough ask for him.
Scott, you've been a star. We'll let you take your seat ringside. Enjoy the rest of the night. We hope to see you in Frampton